to the shit. Look, in between my legs too. Too much money. I never just bumming. Same black pants, but I still got bands.
Come on, nigga, put me on the, nigga, all these hundreds, nigga. All these fucking hundreds, nigga, put me on the live with a rapper, nigga. Y'all niggas broke, nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga. Y'all niggas ain't getting no money. Bitch ass. Y'all getting y'all homies shot up. Y'all dying. Y'all niggas ain't gangsters, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Get out of here with that crybaby ass music, nigga. Whining on the track and shit, nigga. I'm a real gangster, nigga. Fuck you talking about. She make it clap, nigga. She make it clap. I'm trying to hit from the back. Y'all niggas pussy, nigga. I'm really thugging, nigga. Y'all niggas is not like that.
What up, yo? Hey, what you doing?
Man, these folks trying to pay me for a joke, man. Somebody I got prop winner, man. So I had to go all blues on it.
All blues.
Except for this one. Just the green bean right here. That's what I call it.
You like you to ride the Brinks truck or something.
We ain't riding no green truck, man. We getting it, man.
You getting it? Let me see it. Let me see if this shit
real. Matter of fact, they say it's fake.
They say it's fake. I'm finna mark this shit then, nigga.
Go ahead, let's see.
Walk in, the back end. Back end has arrived. Open this shit up, man.
1 day's work.
1 day's work. Been a good weekend. I ain't gonna lie. Keep it coming. Whoa. Quit playing with me, man. Big bag, get your money together. 200. 200.
So we playing.
200 occasion, crazy.
Don't never let nobody tell you can't be nobody. They gonna always tell you can't win. Don't let that shit phase you, my nigga. You better keep going. Fuck what they talking about. Nigga. They told me the same shit. No, this ain't gonna be shit. Look at me now, bitch. You know what I'm talking about?
Business is what we standing on. Bullies hit his back, tell him to show it off like it's V-Long. Few things I don't care about, money and respect in my Jones. You see me might play around, but I got bodies on my phone. Nigga shot a nigga at 15, I never look back since. Slam dunker out my arm in the rim like I'm Vince. Purple bandana purple, I feel purple right like I'm Prince. I'm a money making nigga, but I can't go out like Mitch. Nigga.
Yes, say skis.
Right shoulder way to the ceiling. Right shoulder way to the ceiling. Right shoulder way to the ceiling. I give a fuck how you feeling. Right shoulder way to the ceiling. Right shoulder way to the ceiling. Right shoulder way to the ceiling. I give a fuck how you feeling. Watch out, bro, who's feeling. Y'all in the pussy is spitting. All of my ways can't tell it. None of my cars ain't raining. Low maintenance saline. I'm from Molly and a.
All right. Shalom, family. It's your brother Kanaiba coming at you once again with this video titled, What Do You Value? Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Okay, so obviously this video is inspired by the verse in the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 21, okay, in which we're going to get to here in a minute. And when Yahushua actually made that statement. But we just watched, a compilation of videos of, different rappers, and what are they doing? They're showing off their money, okay? And really what this video is going into is what the title says, what do you value? Okay? Because the verse, as we're about to get into, it says where your treasure is. Okay, this is dealing with what you value the most. Where your treasure is, or what you value the most, there will your heart be also. Okay, that's what your mind is always going to be on. Okay, and we're living in a society where, unfortunately, it seems like money is the main thing on people's minds. Okay, at least that's what's being pushed, okay, due to the rising of social media and things like that, okay? You have these celebrities, rappers, athletes, etc. All they do, they post about fame and fortune, Okay, and that's what they want. They want that to be a trickle-down effect to the common folks. Okay, but money and fame shouldn't be what we value the most. That's not what our mind should be on, all the time. That shouldn't be the goal. Okay, but I want you to realize that money in and of itself is not evil. Okay, there's nothing wrong with actually having money. There's scriptures that talk about money being a strong defense. Okay, but there has to be a balance there. You have to deal with money using wisdom, just like anything else in this world, right? So with that being said, and without further ado, let's actually get into some precepts and let's deal with this matter. Okay, so opening up, of course, we're going to start with the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 21. And it reads, it says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." So again, like I said earlier, the first part of the verse says, "For where your treasure is." Okay, that's dealing with what you value the most. All right, so where your treasure is, or what you value the most, there will your heart be also. And we know through the precepts that the heart is dealing with the mind. Okay, so what you value the most, that's what your mind is always going to be on most of the time. All right. But like I said earlier, we're living in a society where, everything is about getting money. So it seems. OK, that's what people's mind is on most of the time. And a lot of that, like I said, is due to the rise of social media. OK, everybody wants to be famous and everybody wants this enormous amount of wealth. OK, based on what they see from so-called celebrities on social media. All right. But that's not what your mind should be on most of the time. OK, what you should be focused on is the Most High and the things that are pleasing unto him. That's what your mind should be on most of the time. That's what you should value above everything else. All right. Let's pause here and let's take a look at this. So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 1 and verse 1. And it reads, it says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful." Okay, so this is the man that's trying to walk in righteousness, right? So let's read more about him. Let's look at verse 2. It says, "But his delight," okay, what he actually values, okay, "but his delight is in the law of the Lord," or the law of Yahweh. Okay. Then it goes on to say, "And in his law doth he meditate day and night." That's what his mind is always on. Okay, this is a perfect example of what we just read in Matthew chapter 6 and verse 21. Okay, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Okay, so this individual, the person that's like this, their delight is in the law of the Lord. Okay, this is what they value the most. And because this is what they value the most, they meditate on the law day and night. Or in other words, their mind is always on what they value the most, which is the law. Okay, and this is where we need to be. Okay, this should be our mindset. Okay, because the law of the Most High, okay, the things that are well pleasing unto him should be what we value the most. Okay, and in turn, that's what our mind is going to always be on. All right. But going back to my original point, again, we're living in a society where, everything is about chasing the bag. Okay. Chasing after that so-called almighty dollar. Okay. Keeping up with the Joneses. Right. That's literally what social media programs you to do. All right. Everything is about fame and fortune. Everybody wants to be a so-called celebrity. That's what people's minds is always on in this society, because you've been brainwashed to think this way. Okay, actually from here, let's move forward. Let's take a look at this. So this is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6. I'm going to start at verse 9. And it reads, "But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare." Okay, now a snare is another word for a trap. All right. So it said, let me start from the top again. It says, "But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare," or a trap. Then it says, "and into many foolish and hurtful lust." Okay, or many different desires. That's what comes with being rich. Okay, and that's clear to see when you look at a lot of these different celebrities, especially these rappers. Okay, there's a lot of different types of lust or different desires that come with having a lot of money. All right. Then it goes on to say what? "Which drown men in destruction and perdition." Okay, so, having a lot of money, okay, can lead to a lot of different, hurtful lust, which in turn can lead to your destruction and you going to the grave. All right. So let's move forward. This is verse 10, and it reads, it says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." And that's why earlier I told you, I don't want you to think that money in and of itself is evil, because it's not. Okay, money can be a strong defense, right? It's not evil at all to actually have money, but the love of money is the root of all evil, because when you actually have a love for money, you'll do anything to actually get it. Okay, this is going into being covetous. All right. Remember that song from I believe it was the OJs back in the day. They made a song pretty much based on this verse, "for the love of money." Okay. But the verse continues on, and it says, "Which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith." Okay, so having a lot of money can cause you to fall away from the faith. All right. A lot of times people may wonder, why the Most High may have not blessed them with a lot of money in this life. Okay, why was I dealt these cards? Why is this my lot in life? Right? Well, a lot of times it's actually to protect you from yourself. Okay, because the Lord even knows what comes with having a lot of money in this society, especially if you don't have the wisdom and understanding to deal with it. Okay, because it can cause you to fall from the faith, to separate yourself from your power, the Most High Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai. Okay, so the verse ends by saying what? "And pierced themselves through with many sorrows." Okay, that now again, I believe it was Biggie who pretty much had that line, "More money, more problems," right? Again, that's based on the end of this verse. That's what it's saying. You pierce yourselves through with many sorrows when you have this love of money, or if you come into a lot of money. It's actually more sorrows that come with it in this society. Okay, but again, if the Most High actually blesses you with money, okay, if it actually comes from Him, there's scriptures that actually say the blessings of the Lord maketh rich, and He added no sorrow to it, right? So, ultimately it's all up to the Most High. But when you actually have a lot of money, there are sorrows that can come with it. All right. So this is why, our focus shouldn't be, or our main focus shouldn't be on, just getting money. Okay. Becoming rich. All right. That's not what our mind should always be on. That's not what we're supposed to value the most. All right. Actually, from here, let's take a look at this. So this is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, starting at verse 1. And it reads, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. Okay, so again, this is dealing with the last days. And in the last days, you're going to have perilous times. Times are going to be troublesome. Okay, there's bad times that are ahead. And this is dealing with the last days. All right. So now we're going to get some characteristics of how people are going to be in the last days. All right, let's look at verse 2. And it reads, "For men shall be lovers of their own selves." Okay, and we've been saying throughout this video how, the main thing on people's minds is what? Fame and fortune. Okay, well, here again, this is what social media breeds. People being lovers of their own selves. Okay, in this day and age, what do you call it? You call it a narcissist, right? Well, that's one of the characteristics that people will have in the last days. Okay, so it goes on to say what? Covetous. Okay, just wanting stuff so bad, not just wanting other people's stuff, but wanting stuff so bad, you'll do anything to get it. Okay, then it goes on to say what? Boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents. Then it says unthankful. Okay, unthankful. Because, and again, this is how we're living in the last days. Okay, not to get too far off topic. Well, actually, it's still on topic. But people today are unthankful because we live in an age of entitlement. Okay, people think that they automatically deserve the whole world. Okay, and that makes them unthankful for, I don't want to say the little things, but the things that matter the most that we take for granted, the everyday things. Okay, people want to live the lives that they see celebrities live on social media. Okay, like we saw in the beginning of this video, you saw all those rappers flaunting their money because that's the main thing that's on their mind. That's what they value the most. Okay, monetary gain. Okay, and things of that nature. Okay, so people will be unthankful in the last days, right? That actually brings to mind a scene from the book of Eli that I remember. Okay, actually, let's take a look at it real quick.
Do you remember what it was like? I mean, in the world before.
Yeah.
Well, what was it like?
People had more than they needed. We had no idea what was precious, what wasn't. We threw away things people kill each other for now.
You see that? You see, not going back to the verse, it tells us in the last days that people will be unthankful. Okay, and this trait of people being unthankful, of course, that's going to be common when you're living during a time where you have plenty. Okay, when everyday needs, everyday necessities, things like food, water, and things of that nature, when those things are plentiful, okay, you take it for granted. You're unthankful. There's a sense of entitlement because you don't know anything else. All right, but there's a time coming. Of course, I talk about it all the time. It's known as Jacob's trouble, where all those things, like he said in the movie, that we take for granted, that it's going to be scarce. Okay, you're not going to see those things anymore. Okay, you're going to truly know how you had it made, in a sense, right? But yeah, that's a trait that's rampant right now, unthankfulness, right? Then the verse ends by saying unholy. Okay, and again, you can still link this to, people always having fame and fortune, riches on their mind. Why is that? Because they want to be a part of the in crowd. Okay, to be holy means you're separated, you're set apart for Yahweh's use. Okay, but if you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, okay, you want to be like everybody else, so you'll do what everybody else does to get those riches. Okay, if riches is something that's most valuable to you. Okay, if it's always on your mind. You see what I'm saying? But again, these are some of the traits that you will see in the last days, right? So let's jump down a bit. Let's jump down to verse 4 and let's take a look at something. So this is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 4. And it reads, it says, traitors. Now remember, these are still the traits of people in the last days. Okay, so it says traitors, heady, high-minded. Now watch closely. Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. Okay. Now this should be clear. And you can clearly see this today. People are definitely lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. They love luxuries, living voluptuously. Okay, they love money above the Most High. All right, that shows what they value the most, what's always on their mind. It's pleasures. Okay, this is what would be going on in the last days, and that's what's going on right now because we're in the last days. All right, now let's move forward. This is verse 5, and it reads. It says, having a form of godliness. Okay, you link this right to the end of verse 4. Okay, these people that are lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, they have a form of godliness. Okay, take case in point. Just look at these celebrities and these rappers and people like that. Whenever they win an award on an award show, what do they usually say? You know, I want to thank God, or I want to thank God because without him, none of this would be possible. Okay, they have a form of godliness. Okay, but then what does it go on to say? But denying the power thereof. Okay, they may claim to love the Most High. They have a form of godliness. Okay. Kendrick Lamar is a perfect example of that, right? But they deny the power thereof, right? Okay, I guarantee you a lot of them, if you were to drop the truth on them right this minute, you know, they would deny it or they would reject it. Okay, because they're really lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. Okay, and don't get it twisted. A lot of them already know the truth. That's the crazy thing about it. A lot of them already know who we are. But again, because they love pleasure so much, they don't care about that. They're only in pursuit of the bag because that's what they value the most. Monetary gain. Okay. So the verse ends by saying what? From such turn away. Okay. You can't deal with a person like that. Okay. A person like that is double-minded. All right. They put pleasures above the Most High, but still have a form of godliness. You can't trust anybody like that. Okay? But what people like this don't tend to understand is there's actually a reward for doing the will of the Most High. Okay, for denying yourself and actually putting his will above everything else, for making that what's most valuable in your life. There is a great reward for it. Okay? All the things that they're really enjoying in this world, mainly monetary gain, what they don't understand is all they had to do is, you know, drop their cares and their pleasures, pick up their cross and follow Yahweh Shai, and they get all that stuff back and then some. And they can have it in righteousness. Okay, that's what they don't understand. All right, actually, let's get that. Let's take a look at this. So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 19 in verse 27. And it reads, Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Okay, so this is Peter. And he's speaking on behalf of the rest of the disciples. And he's saying, we have forsaken all to follow you, talking to Yahushua. What shall we have therefore? Okay, they're asking, what is our reward for doing this? Because this was not a light thing. You realize that the disciples, they had lives before this ministry, before actually following Yahushua. They had families, they had jobs. I'm sure they had their own things that they did for leisure and things of that nature. Okay, but they dropped all of that to follow him and do the work. Okay, so let's see what their reward is going to be. Let's see if they get anything, or was this just in vain? Let's look at the next verse, verse 28, and it reads, And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me, in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, so we see the reward that they earned, and they earned a great reward. Okay, they're pretty much going to be at the top of leadership. Okay, the top of the governing body. Okay, they're going to be right under Yahushua in Yahushua's kingdom. Okay, right there along with the 144,000. Okay, that's really the governing body, right? And this is what they earned, and everything that they lost, they're going to get it back, and then some. Much more than what they lost. Okay, actually, let's take a look. Let's look at the next verse, verse 29, and it reads, And everyone that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, now watch closely, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. Okay, so we see here that clearly they're going to receive 100-fold. They're going to get all that stuff back and more on top of that, and then some. And then to top it all off, guess what they get? Everlasting life. You get to live forever. Okay, that's beautiful. This is the reward for putting the will of the Most High above everything else, making his will what you value the most. That's what's always on your mind. Okay, not the things of this world, not monetary gain, not fame, not fortune, and things like that. You value the Most High and his will above all. Okay, verse 30. Now watch closely. But many that are first shall be last. Okay, let's get into it. So what is that going into? Again, a lot of your people that hold prominent positions in this world, that have the fame and fortune in this world, those are the people that are first right now. But guess what? The Bible just said that the first is going to be last. They're going to be last, okay? They're going to be the least in the kingdom. Okay? They're not going to, they're not going to, well, again, no Israelite is going to be broke, okay? All Israel is going to, pretty much be great. But amongst Israelites in general, okay, they're going to be the least, right? Then it goes on to say what? And the last shall be first, okay? The ones that forsook this world, all the cares and pleasures of this world and put the will of the Most High above everything else, those are the ones that are last in this world. But in the world to come, they're going to be first. Okay? Those are going to be the real celebrities in the kingdom. All right? Those are the ones, right? So everything that brothers and sisters are doing right now, okay, the ones that have pretty much forsaken their own lives to put the will of the Most High first, they value that above all, you're going to be first in the kingdom. Okay, now, again, Israel compared to the other nations, oh yeah, Israel is going to be great, okay? But again, amongst Israel in general, okay, there's levels to this. All right, and again, you know, who wouldn't want to be great in the kingdom? That's what you should be striving for. All right, so from here, let's take a look at this. So this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 2 and verse 9. And it reads, "But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him." Okay, so again, these people in this world right now, the ones that are first in this world, I'm talking about the Israelites that are first in this world, right? They're going to learn that they've been duped, that, you know, they played themselves, right? Soon they're going to be a pitiful case that have hated the laws of the Most High, as it says, I believe, in, what is it, 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, I believe, roughly paraphrasing, right? They're going to be a pitiful case, okay? They're going to learn that, you know, all the little fake money, those dollars that they covet right now, you know, the cars and the little shoebox mansions they have, because again, those mansions that they have here, shoeboxes compared to the palaces that Israel is going to have in the world to come. Okay, but even then, I mean, like the scripture says, we can't, it hasn't even entered our minds what the Most High Yahweh has stored up for those Israelites who put his will first. The ones that denied themselves, who valued his will above their own will, above the things of this world, above monetary gain, above fame and those things. Okay, you have a great reward coming, and Lord will that we are a part of that number. All right. But anyway, I believe this is actually a good place to end the video. And again, the title of the video is, what do you value? For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Okay, so this is something for you to examine. All right, examine what's on your mind most of the time. Okay, because whatever is on your mind most of the time, that's what you value the most, whether you realize it or not. Okay, that's what the scripture is telling us here. That's what Yahushua meant. Okay, and as Israelites, we're supposed to value the Most High and his will above all. That's what should always be on our minds, right? The things that are well-pleasing unto him. Okay, so with that, and as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. And I want to thank all you brothers and sisters for tuning in. And I hope this video was informative and edifying. And until next time, Shalom, family.